Theme in literature. The secure skill is use details in the text, including how characters respond to challenges to determine the theme. And then we're developing the skill of explain how the theme is developed over the course of the text, including relationships to characters, setting, and plot. The theme of a story is the underlying message in the story. Many times it's confused with the main idea or the summary of events. The main idea is what the text is about, generally referencing an informational text, and a summary is a short restatement about what happened in the story or an informational text. So you can have a summary of either. Theme is an inference that is related to the underlying message of a lesson in a story. It is not directly stated, but it is implied. The reader must think about the character's experiences and choices to infer the theme of a story. There may be more than one theme in a story. So here's an example mini story. Nick got the skateboard he asked for, but he felt very frustrated when he kept falling after a few feet. This looks so easy, but it's not. I have no skateboarding skills at all, he complained. Even though he was frustrated, he kept trying each weekend. Every Saturday, he got further and further down the street before he fell again. By the end of spring, Nick was able to skate all the way around the block. He was even able to go as fast as his brother running the dog. On downhill slopes, at least. So looking at this, looking at the theme of what happens when it was hard at first, but then as he doesn't give up and he keeps practicing and going and he slowly gets better, that would be perseverance. It's when a character keeps trying even though they are challenged. And an example of a story that we'll read this year in 5th grade, Lunch Money. There is a character there who keeps on trying and never gives up. So perseverance is when you just keep on trying. So let's take a look at these other themes. And are all themes that are taught in all of literature on this page? Absolutely not. However, these words, acceptance, courage, loyalty, compassion, kindness, honesty, and cooperation, all of those things are frequently present and frequently themes of a story. So acceptance. Acceptance is when a character does have good subject-verb agreement. Characters bring in a character that is different. And an example of a story that does that would be Wonder. For courage, character faces something that they fear. And there's a story called Call It Courage that has a character facing something that they are afraid of. Courage is not something, I wouldn't use this for right up here. When Nick got frustrated, he keeps falling. It doesn't take courage for him to continue. That's determination and would be perseverance. So don't get these two confused. Loyalty. So loyalty would be when a character sticks by one another no matter what. And a good example of this would be a story like Charlotte's Web. So one character has a frustration and the other one, it doesn't matter how bad it gets, they stick by their side. Loyalty. Compassion. So compassion is taught when characters learn what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes. And a story that does that is The Sneetches. Kindness. In a story that teaches kindness, that has the theme of kindness, characters learn how powerful their thoughtfulness can be. Horton Hears a Who is a good example of kindness in a story. Kindness and acceptance, they can really go hand in hand. Honesty. Honesty, a story that teaches honesty. Characters learn what happens when you lie in the power of truth. And The Boy Who Cried Wolf would be a good story for teaching honesty. And the last one that we're going to highlight, and again, these are not all of the themes that are out there in the world. They're just really good examples of them, would be cooperation. When characters learn how much better things are when they work together. So again, we're going to work on using details in the text, including how characters respond to challenges to determine the theme, which could also be called a lesson or possibly a moral. Not every story has a lesson or a moral, but the theme, what we can learn from a story.